Industrial agriculture relies on large-scale monocultures, heavy use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and genetically modified organisms aimed on maximizing yield and profit, often at the expense of ecological balance. Pesticides have been linked to decline in pollinator populations like bees and butterflies, which are needed for the pollination of crops and wild plants. The loss of these pollinators threatens entire ecosystems and the services they provide. Monoculture practices include planting a single crop over vast areas, further reducing habitat diversity. The Green Revolution led to the proliferation of higher-yielding crop varieties of corn, rice, and wheat. These crops, which have no independent resilience, are more vulnerable to pests and diseases, making farmers increase pesticides and herbicide applications, creating a cycle of dependence of chemical inputs, further damaging surrounding ecosystems. Runoff from agricultural fields contaminates water bodies, causing the destruction of aquatic habitats. Fertilizers rich in nitrogen and phosphorus promote excessive algae growth in a process called eutrophication. This can create algal blooms that block sunlight, which is essential for underwater plants and organisms. As algae die and decompose, they deplete oxygen in the water, suffocating aquatic life. By killing key food sources for fish, algae, and plankton, runoff disrupts the aquatic food chain, causing declining populations of the food chain. Intensive farming practices like tillage depletes essential nutrients, leading to soil erosion and loss of microbial diversity. Organic fertilizers feed soil, which feeds plants. Organic matter turns into soil nutrients to feed microorganisms, which are plant nutrients. Since chemical fertilizers are just plant nutrients, that degrades soil health over time. Agroecocides produce dead soil that's become devoid of its proper nutrients. Habitat destruction is the direct removal of natural habitats, such as deforestation, which leaves no environment for native species to live in. This occurs when ecosystems are cleared into lands for agricultural use. Degradation can occur when pollution from runoff makes habitats less suitable for native species, even if they aren't directly destroyed. Habitat loss is the leading reason species become endangered or extinct, as many plants and animals cannot survive outside of their specialized environments. Sustainable food systems are built on four key principles. First, they optimize agricultural output without depleting natural resources. Second, every stage of the food system should minimize reliance on non-renewable resources, like fossil fuels, and ensure that renewable resources, such as wild-caught fish, are used within their capacity to regenerate. The importance of catching within an acceptable threshold is emphasized in the still depleted cod population in Newfoundland after overfishing in the 1990s. Third, sustainable systems reduce waste and pollution to levels that ecosystems can naturally remediate, helping to maintain clean air, water, and soil. Finally, a commitment to social justice for equity of food security. This can be locally helped by supporting small farmers through community-supported agricultural programs. Promising alternatives to industrial agriculture would include promoting indigenous knowledge and stewardship to land. The practice of crop rotation is a sustainable method with indigenous origins. Allowing the resurgence of indigenous governance will bring more connection to the land we are taking from, as the common way of viewing the land in indigenous cultures is as relatives, not as resources. Raising consumer awareness of the effects their consumption habits have on the environment can drive the demand of sustainably sourced products. Considering resources are created by human values, we can also shift societal values to prioritize the environment.